Advanced Elements is the leader in design and manufacturing of inflatable kayaks with cutting-edge technology and providing excellent customer service. All of their products are designed to give paddlers the tools they need at a value they deserve. Check them out at advancedelements.com or call toll-free at 866-262-9076.
Hello, and welcome to Paddling Places, Florida. I'm your host, Mr. D. Hey, Season 5 has come to an end. This is the finale paddle for Season 5 as, man, our Florida summers are rolling in here fast. And it's getting hot, it's getting humid, rainy season starting, along with the hurricane stuff. So we shut down the 1st of June, and we will reopen again in October for Season 6. So today we're doing kind of like a finale paddle out here at one of my favorite spots out here at the Paddling Center on Shingle Creek. We're gonna go paddle a little bit, get some photo work and stuff like that, and kind of recap Season 5. And I'm kind of excited about that today. I know one thing, we've had no significant measurable rain lately, and man, the creek is way down. I don't think I've ever seen it this low. So I won't be going into Cypress Forest today because of the lowness of the water, and being that I have the Airvolution out, that fin would get hung up big time. Even the 4.5 fin would get hung up. But anyway, we're going to have a lot of things to do today. We're going to go down here a little ways down to X marks the spot, which is just a phenomenal place. You've seen that in previous videos and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of looking forward to today. It's supposed to be 93 here shortly, and it's already warm. It's already in the high 70s already, and it's like 7:43. So it's going to get hot quick. So we're going to get out and get this paddle in. We're going to go down the south end, and then go up the north end, and then call it a day. But it's just such an enjoyable paddle out here at the Paddling Center at Shingle Creek. So hey, we'll be back in a bit. Well, hey guys, let me tell you something. Man, this water is definitely down. Oop, I just hit a tree. And I normally don't up here. Underwater felled a tree. So the water is, wow, it is really, really down. So there's two cautions I have to do in a case like that. One, it is gator mating season right now. So if you get too close, they get a little cranky. And they get a little territorially protective out here. And I'm seeing, I mean, this, wow. I'm seeing some of these trees that's off over to the side here and stuff like that, that are normally underwater. And like I said, I just hit a felled tree with the fin in an area you don't. I'm seeing a lot of activity water-wise. So I've got to be real observant here. Again, this is alligator mating season, and if you get close to a nest or anything like that, they will definitely come out and let you know. They won't attack you, but they will rush you, let's just say that, just to tell you to get the heck out of their area. And they will have no argument from me. I will go and probably qualify for the Olympics as fast as I'll paddle out of that mess. So I've had them charge me before. It definitely, your heart will skip a beat a couple of times. But all in all, I mean, it's still safe. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You just don't get stupid and go into one of their nests or something like that. Then they will come and get you. But as long as you respect them, they'll respect you. But anyway, my senses are very heightened. Wow. I just saw a big bass in a sandbar. That's how low this water is. I bet it isn't 3 feet deep through here. I don't know, because I can definitely see the bottom. Anyway, we're going to continue our paddle, guys, and we'll be back in a bit. There it is. If I remember right, there is a gator, a big one, right at the end of this peak. So I want to go more to the left and give them some berth, being that their hormones are all highly active right now. It's beautiful out though today. No wildlife, I haven't seen any yet, weird. I don't know what's going on here. This could be because of the depth of the creek. I don't think I've ever seen this vegetation and stuff. It's normally all cleared out. Normally this has a pretty good current. And I mean, there's nothing's feeding it right now. So that's why the water's low. Because this normally has a really cool current. Well guys, we've been paddling for a while here. Went through I can't believe how low this water is right now. I've never seen vegetation sitting on top of the creek, and I've also never seen this creek without any current. And I mean, there's nothing. It is dead still out here. And that's just because there's, which is strange, we normally have by now measurable rain, and we haven't had any. We've had good winds but no rain, and I don't see any in the forecast. And then 1st of June is the beginning of our rainy season. So, I mean, it's really strange. I don't understand what's going on. But anyway, our season started out really good, guys. I gotta be, oh, what was that? Oh, osprey with a fish in his talon. Cool. Season 5 started out really great. I mean, the whole season except for 1 week planned travel trip. There he is. And where we went up to the Panhandle and got literally froze out and blown out. The temperatures were so cold and the wind was so strong that the 5 paddles that I had planned for the Panhandle, all of them got scrubbed. I mean, all of them. The weather just did not cooperate. Man, that's really down. So not to be deterred, guys, we just trekked on with our season and laid out a couple of spots. One that I went to later that I wanted to go paddle, and I went up there for a one-day overnighter and got that one in. But we're going to try the panhandle thing again next season, but we're not going to plan it like we did this last time. You got to plan it to the weather. If you don't plan your trips to the weather here in Florida, you're going to be in trouble. I mean, it just, that whole, it was a 6-day, 7-day altogether trip. Now the visit with friends and stuff like that was awesome, but I was very disappointed not getting those 5 reviews in up there. And Holmes Creek was, I think, one of the highlights of the season for me this year. Because when I did Holmes Creek the first time, I was 3-4 years ago, something like that, a big hurricane had went through there and just ripped it apart. And I mean, it was nasty. And I threw a red flag on it, not to be paddled and stuff like that. But a friend of mine brought that up to me and he said, well, Dale, you know, that was conditions. Maybe they've changed now. So anyway, I contacted the proprietor up there at the livery at Holmes Creek, and they said the water was good. It wasn't crystal clear still because they had some rain and stuff, some pretty measurable rain and stuff like that. But the head springs and everything were absolutely gorgeous. So hey, I looked at the weather and stuff like that and picked a day, and off I went and drove back up to the Panhandle just for that event. And man, am I glad I did. The Holmes Creek livery launch was a great paddle, guys. It's kind of like water like this that you're seeing here today until you get up towards the head springs. Now I was at, unbeknownst to me, I was at a place called Culpeper the first time for Holmes Creek. Now I didn't know it was Culpeper until I went the second time and realized that was all tore up, and you couldn't even get into the head springs. It was all blocked with felled trees and stuff like that. And this time, I mean, it's all been cleaned up and all that kind of stuff like that. And I went up to the head springs, and holy mackerel, guys, that was absolutely beautiful. And what's so great about this one, they have the swimming and they have all the stuff like that, but they don't tie it off. So kayakers can come in and intermingle and stuff like that. And there was snorkelers and divers and stuff like that, but it wasn't overly crowded like Three Sisters and some of the other places that people go to manatee watch. And that has so much commercialism that I just said, no, I'm out. I didn't want nothing to do with that place. But anyway, the Holmes Creek livery was probably the highlight of the season for me. Now there was a lot of other places. We did go to Tenoroc. We had plans to do several. I did 2. Like I said, there's 29 lakes there. It's an old phosphate mine, and it has 29 lakes. Ooh, man, I don't know what that was, but it was big. Whew. I did a little girl thing. Something swelled in front of me and it was huge. And at first I thought it was a gator, but then it turned out to be either a big bass or a gar or something like that. Anyway, so we did a couple runs down to Tenoroc and stuff like that. And then I realized that, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I love doing rivers and creeks, and you guys know that. And the thing that I was finding out is that I was running out of them. Now I won't go down into the glades and stuff like that because of crocodile. They attack, man. I'm in an inflatable. That calculation just does not compute very well. So I decided that I drew kind of like an invisible border, and it's like right about Fort Pierce, straight across the state, and I won't go below that. Man, there's some big something in here. And anyway, I just won't go down that far. And then with that, I'm finding out that I'm kind of running out of places to review. I mean, there's still some, and what I'm trying to do now is space them out, so I'm not getting all of it and then end up with nothing. So then a friend of mine was talking to me, and he said, well, Dale, why don't you're going to end up going to places more than once. And you know, he's right. I've been on Shingle Creek probably 10 times. But I love it. And every time I'm out here, it's different. And it's just conditions and stuff like that. And then I came up with the idea to change the name, and I've got no comments on that. But we're going to be Paddling Places Florida Adventures now. And that way I can go to these different places that I've been to before, or going to re-review because they got, it was bad weather, like Manatee State Park. I was going to do that this year, but just didn't fall into my schedule. But anyway, places like that were because of weather or something like that was blown out, and I did them, but everything was cloudy and nasty and stuff like that. I'm going to go redo those and re-review them and give a fresh outlook. And plus my equipment's changed, where I can give my viewers a better viewing experience. And that's what it's all about. That's why I do this. I don't do this for my own self-ego. I do this for people to enjoy, watch our channel, and learn about our state down here for kayaking and stuff like that. Ooh, that was a big bird. And, you know, enjoy the state and just see what's available. And they can go up to the website and pick a location and then actually see the review and then decide if that's where they want to visit. I get questions all the time about different places where the springs are and where, you know, where it's safe or stuff like that. Now, we don't have rapids here in Florida at all. We have I guess you'd call it a class 1 rapid up at Juniper Springs, but I wouldn't even call it that. It's kind of like just a little section of where it narrows and everything speeds up and you kind of shoot through it. It's fun, but I guess you could classify it a class 1. But anyway, ooh, that's a low tree. Yeah, I'm about done right here. I can't go any further. Yeah, it looks like Cypress Forest for me is going to be shut down. I mean, wow, I've never seen it this low. So we're going to turn around and start heading back up. What is that? That's an otter, I think. It's either otter or gator. There's something going on here. I'm going to kind of back off. My antennae is up. I don't know if that's a gator or an otter. I didn't come back up, so I don't know. But anyway, spin this around so you guys can see X marks the spot. This is a beautiful spot right here. There it is right there, guys. That is the entrance to Cypress Forest right there. And it is just really, really cool. But unfortunately, because of the shallowness of the creek, this particular craft, because of the size of its fin and stuff like that, will not be able to negotiate it. And it's probably about another quarter mile down there, and then it ends anyway. So what we're going to do is turn around and start heading back. So hey, we'll be back in a bit. Well, hey guys, we are been up paddling. We're all the way at the north end of Shingle Creek now. Man, I'll tell you what, water was so shallow at one point, the Evolution got stuck. And I was right in the middle of the river. I've never seen that before here. But worked my way around it, found a small channel to go on up and to get up to the other end. And we were successful at that. So anyway, guys, Season 5 was just awesome, and compared to last year with the COVID and all that kind of stuff, it could only be better. But anyway, it was just, I had a lot of fun this year. We came in with a lot of new product reviews. I had also the great opportunity to review 3 outstanding products from Advanced Elements this season. One was their new, you've heard their deck bag, which is that smaller one. Well, they came out with one that I had the opportunity to do the sneak peek and review on and all that kind of stuff. Inside cubic inches is 700 cubic inches. You can actually take the quick draw bag and put it inside their new larger quick draw deck bag. Now, it's not out yet, but it's supposed to be out sometime in June, I guess, which would be the next few days. But I'll tell you what, it is well worth it, guys. This thing is outstanding. It's the same build principle they did for the quick draw bag, so that means the plastic liner is inside the lining of the deck bag itself. It's just not an insert like a lot of the other manufacturers make. They just take a plastic insert and slap it in there, and that's just nasty. Anyway, the new deck bag comes with its own dry bag inside. And like I said, it's 700 cubic inches. I mean, that's a lot of space. I was actually able to get in my DSLR and 150 to 600 lens, and that thing is like that big. And I was able to get that all in there. I mean, I was end to end, but I've never been able to do that before. So that was awesome. Also had the opportunity to review this paddle right here. And this is the 2035 4-part carbon fiber touring paddle by Advanced Elements. And it's 100% carbon fiber, guys. I mean, that was something that I've never paddled a paddle that has a carbon fiber blade. I've done all kinds of ones with carbon fiber shafts, but never with a carbon fiber blade. The other one I did was the, what was it, the 2030? And the 2030, AE 2030 is a beautiful, beautiful fiberglass paddle. And I mean, it's got red blades with black accents and all that kind of stuff. They are translucent. It paddled so brilliantly. I mean, it was just, there's no flutter. I love the design on the blade itself with the dihedral. You get a lot of volume, push you right on down the water, and it's really, really cool. So I did 3 of those items this year. I'm looking forward to doing more with them. And then we did a lot of product reviews, especially on trying to figure out the camera mount system for the Evolution. And I did come up with one where you can just take a GoPro and mount it to the side of the Evolution. I will leave the link to those videos in the description. So if you want to check that out. Also messed around with a 360 camera, this time successfully. I tried it again like it was 2 years ago, and it was not successful, and they just weren't ready for prime time. But man, I'll tell you what, you know, I have a floating tripod that has 4 cameras on it. Well, today was the day that I tested this camera, the 360 GoPro Max 360, and I actually tested it on the floating tripod, and it just alleviated me to have the need to have all 4 cameras mounted on the floating tripod, which was kind of cool. So I'm looking for good things there. We also talked a lot about prepping the boats this year, as far as weather sealing them with the 303 fabric guard, also the 303 protectant, which is really good. I actually have the 303 protectant on the Airvolution and on my hulls of all of my AE advanced frame kayaks. And then I went ahead and 303 fabric guarded all my advanced frame that have the nylon decking. I tried that on the AE 1044 at the beginning of the season, and I use that boat a lot. I like the 1044, love the sport, and I love this Airvolution. This thing is the bomb. But I was able to go the entire season, and it never took on water. You know, as far as, you know, soaking into the nylon and decking and stuff like that. It never did. The 303 protectant spray, and that's fabric guard. And I went with the marine fabric guard. I don't know what the regular fabric guard is and what the difference is. Anyway, being it's marine, I thought it might be the better way to go. It is more expensive. But anyway, I did that test this season, and it just passed 100%. I mean, hands down. There have been a lot of comments on that. Some people talking about it's not good for the environment and all that kind of stuff. Well, you know, I'm not sure about that. Jury's out. And if you do it properly, how's it going to mess up the environment? Because it's already dried onto your craft. So, I don't know. Whatever. And anyway, so we did a lot of product reviews on camera gear. I was doing a lot of switching around on how to reduce the amount of cameras I have on board when I'm doing videos, and then sharing that with you guys for y'all that want to take some imagery. There he is. That's a big hawk, guys. Anyway, for people that want to get some, you know, memories of their paddles and going out in different places and stuff like that. So I provided a lot of different things that gives you an opportunity to set up a camera safely onto your kayak. Now, if you have the Airvolution, you can see that video there. I've also shown several other ones that show you how to connect cameras and how to take cameras with you on your adventures. So that worked out really cool. So there was a lot of mix. There was a great mix this year. I think it was well balanced as far as technical and going out reviewing new places. Again, they are running shorter now. Some people were telling me to expand and go to Georgia and stuff like that. That's too much travel time for me, and they're still, I mean, I'm gonna break down and start do lakes this next season, because I am running out of streams and rivers and stuff like that. Now, I've been on like the Peace River twice, but the Peace River is huge, so you can go into different spots of the Peace River and see a whole brand new experience. So these are things I'm visiting right now, and also lakes that are not surrounded by homes. That's my one thing that I just cannot stand, is going to a place and see population all the way around the lake. To me, it's not enjoyable. I don't enjoy it. I did a couple of those this year, recommendations from viewers, and they were just, I mean, they're okay, but they're not my forte. What I like to do is be in the nature where there is no homes, no people, no nothing, and then just enjoy nature. So anyway, guys, hey, we're going to get out of here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed putting it together. I always do. And I want to thank all my subscribers. Without you guys, hey, we went over the 4,000 mark this year. and I was really pleased with that. Being such a tight genre, I was pretty pleased with seeing 4,000. In fact, we're over 4,000 subscribers now. And we're going to keep doing this as long as the good Lord is letting me stay down here, because I thoroughly enjoy it. So, hey, we'll see you on the next one.